everything. I'll go back to it. I'm gonna be stupid hella backed up, so don't forgive me if I can't make it to all your comments. So here we go. I had just finished recording the video earlier, which I had a little issue with, but finished recording a video earlier, getting ready to set up this live, and then I went through all my, you know how you scroll your phone down, you get notifications from everything. And then I seen, even if you're not subscribed to it, YouTube tells you like things that you've seen before that are related to this type of channels. You know, they recommend shit to you. And I seen that. And I had seen the first reaction video that the Hater World did, part 1. So one thing I want to say is this. This dude is never gonna, he's never been to prison or anything like that. Hey, more power to him. You know, he's lucky he's never been to prison. And in a lot of ways, you know, because for the most part, this dude could have any job he wants, you know, if he wants to do the 9-to-5 type of minimum wage, things like that. You know what I'm saying? When he was younger, things like that, you know, so that's a plus. So to me, I see the dudes that have never been to prison and then the dudes that have been to prison that are active. It's two different type of actives as far as I'm concerned. The dudes that have been there, done the time, done a bunch of things, which is all a waste of time, you know, pegada, shoot terms, all that. I've been there, done that. It's a waste of time. You know, there's no life there for you. That's why a lot of the cats, lifers and everything, they get out. You know, these platforms, the active platforms could have hundreds of dudes that are out, that paroled in good standings, come on their platform and all that. That even they don't believe in glorifying or like, oh, we're active. These are SNY YouTubers and things like that, right? Like these dudes don't care. They know even if you're active, and you know what's crazy? In a certain way, if you're active and you're on YouTube, that's even worse because, you know, when we were growing up, when we were active, when I was active, from the halls, the county, prison, certain documentary channels, the channels that used to do documentaries and things, used to go in there, lock up and things like that. You could not do an interview. Your face could not be on any type of platform. That's an automatic freaking chequeada, no matter what. And so that's the generation that I grew up on, you know. And when I say that, I don't say that to glorify it. I just say that that's a matter of fact. That's what the rules were. So a lot of them cats that got out that are still active, paroled in good standings, they never come on YouTube. They don't show their face because they still hold to that code, but they're taking care of their families, you know, which is commendable as hell. And I agree with it 100%. Those are the dudes that I feel like, if they're going to say they're going to have any judgments, those are the ones that have been through it are the ones that to me is like, oh, okay, you know, like they could say something, you know, about those of us that went to the other side, you know, because, you know, at least they you know, they were lucky enough, or they you know, like they were fortunate enough to parole and stayed under the radar and made it out. Cool, you know, much respect. A lot of dudes in there get in trouble, whatnot. They're getting caught up in situations and things like that. Now, my situation, on that live, when the two dudes try to go at me, he's like, that's why you got punked. You went to the side because you couldn't pick up a fierro. Now, first of all, they wanted me to overdose my celly. They didn't even want me to blast them. They wanted me to overdose them. But like I said, I wasn't on there to, instead of that, I just clowned on his eyebrow and things like that. I was just being facetious. I could have tried to go back at him and, you know, all that, try to explain all that, but I don't care about any of that. You know, I was on there for not for that reason. So this dude, the Hater World, assumed that I went on there because I'm trying to be part of their crew. You know, uh, the freaking the second part was called something like the Bushwhackers, and L was trying to be part of the crew. They rejected me. I was on my own live. Let me give you context. For those of you that know, you know. A lot of you guys here, you know. They were trying to say that he was trying to, Hater World was trying to say that I'm so desperate to be part of that team that he don't even understand the history. It's easy to run your mouth and not knowing the history. Uh, but if he knows the history, he knows that I don't mess with them dudes for the reasons that they seen on that live. You know, they disrespect families and all that. And then you got the other dude that condones that behavior. The dude in the middle, PC'd up too, you know? And that's why I didn't feel like I needed to say SNY, because it's like, I'm going there. Oh, you win SNY. It's like the battle of the SNYs. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm going to be on there like, oh, you win SNY. No, you win SNY. Like, I'm not trying to go back and forth like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they showed their colors as far as my family and all that. The other dude had the nerve to say, that's why you got punked to the side. When he knows he debriefed, he was an Ironwood, SNY and Ironwood, and SNY and Calipat at the very least. And I'll see if I do the video later with proof, because I already got it. But for the hater word to say that I'm trying to be part of the team is just like, it's ridiculous, because I was doing my live and they called me out. I was on my live like I am right now, bumping, chilling, doing the thing, and everybody, a couple of my homeboys texted me, and yeah, it's true. Dubs jumped on the fucking on my comment section, and they called me out. They're like, "Come on, jump on, jump on." I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to go out there. You know, for like 5-10 minutes, I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't need to go on their shit. I've been doing my thing. And that's one of the things that the hater world said. Like, you don't need them. You could do your own thing. Yeah, I've been doing my own thing. I remember when the hater world started. Like I was saying earlier, like I remember when he started, that dude had like 100 subscribers. When Sage, respects to Sage, I don't agree with the discourtesy as far as like, you know, me thinking somebody was a friend that's talking to my family to just disappear. But it's all good. I get it. You know, the dude is active. You know, he's like, hey, don't fuck with non-actives. So it's either him or me type shit. I get it, man. He's gonna bully people into whatever they want to bully them into. You know. So anywho, enough of that. So I remember all that. And then shortly after, man, this dude didn't even have 1,000 subscribers, and this was coming out strong talking about dropouts, this PC YouTube channels and all that talking mess. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I was watching his content. I was watching it, and I say that because that's like I used to like him, and then he felt like he needed to start talking shit, clouches for whatever reasons. It's like, bro, you don't know the history on my point of view, you know. And I'll get to that. So I had nothing against the dude or nothing, but you could only take so much as far as PC this, PC that. And I'm like, at the time, my channel was like my first, but at the time when he started, my channel was bigger than this one. So I mean, I'm looked at it like motherfuckers are taking shots at me, you know? So I still didn't say nothing, whatnot. And then I guess homeboy's upset because Whack 100 went on there and he made him look. He got mad. I did a reaction on it. He wants to say that he did a reaction video on the live within the other two J Cats. And what's the difference? I did a reaction on that live where you had a bunch of dudes on that freaking town hall, whatever the hell, that live, and Whack 100 went in there and disrespected the hell out of you. Now, let me explain this. On the line when I got into this into it with these cats, I was like, hey, you finished? Let me know when I could talk. Let me know when I can talk. He tried to say that he was doing the same thing. Okay, cool. Hey, you were doing the same thing. But the reason I'm talking shit and reacting to it is because you could do that all day, but when somebody's still talking all that mess on you, you're active, bro, and Whack is active, and you already had him in your studio. Why stay on your live? In my opinion, to me, it's like, why stay on your live and get embarrassed like that? I didn't expect you to get up and punch the screen and be a freaking YouTube warrior or anything like that. It's just like the moment that dude disrespected you in any type of way, turn off the live, I'm gone. Or freaking, hey, whoever's in charge with the live, shut it down, shut it down. You know, whatever. I don't care. My reaction to it, to that live, was a reaction. And then I did a video before that when he had Santo G on the studio, and I did it. And yeah, I went in on Blue Devil because he's always stays talking about PCs, YouTube channels, dropouts, and all that. And it's just like, bro, like, we get it, bro. You're in good standings. We're not. Like, why do you keep repeating it, bro? You know, and albeit I think he did acknowledge that back then he used to care. And he used to be like, hey, why is this dude talking shit? And why is that dude talking shit? Like, I get it. You know, you have to have you will mature as you go through this whole prison experience. I mean, the whole YouTube genre experience, especially if you're in the prison genre, and or if even if you're not. So I know I got under his skin. I wasn't trying to, but little does he know that he had gotten under my skin, and I hadn't said shit for a long ass time. But like I said, little does he know that he was the one that busted shots first. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't conscious of the words that he was using. You know, at the time, it's crazy because at the time I still had beef with that fucking J Cat with Gunner, and for him to have the audacity to say, I mean, I get it, man. He's trying to get views. He can never give me a compliment as far as like ultimately, you know, as far as like the morals and like the certain things that I said on that live and things like that. Those are universal tactics as far as being respectful and having morals. I get he's going to commend those, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey, much respect, but fuck you. It's like, you know, you're not going to commend my actions and to say fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, to me, it doesn't work that way. But I get it. He cannot fully ever commend me or give me a compliment or not, because he's gonna have somebody call him right away. Someone show up in the studios like, hey, all of a sudden you're freaking giving a dropout a compliment and this and that. So while he gives the action a compliment, he cannot give the actual person that gave that conducted himself commendably. And I get it because I'm a dropout and all that shit. I've never hit it. I never cared to. I've done too much in my life and turned my life around with my family. I'm a family man. I take care of my kids. I'm a married man, everything. But I understand, man. I live that life and everything. So that's what I say. Like, so why does this dude feel like he wants to still keep? It's one thing to not agree with somebody like me, and another thing to make things up and say that I want to join the duo. Like, I don't want nothing to do with them cats. You know, I've been doing my thing from my last channel to this channel. I don't want to join two dudes that have no morals. One of them shows himself by his own actions and expressions to have no morals, and the second dude does it by condoning it and having a best friend that has no morals. You know, in that sense, when it comes to families being disrespected and everything, not gang wise, not street code, but morally, you're guilty by association. You know, for a long time, I didn't go in or even had no issues with Does, but you know, there's only so much you could take when somebody, your boy, is disrespecting my family, my kids, calling my kids the N-word and all that. And, you know, I'm not going to put all that out there in detail and everything because, like I said, a lot of these were background conversations, which those of you that have been with me for the beginning, you guys already know what I'm talking about, you know, but I know the truth, you know, and that's why I said, like, show the proof. I know you're just going to run your mouth. Where's the receipts? Where's the proof? All that. Where's the audio? All that. You're just trying to win over minds because you have a channel. You only care about the money and all that, you know? So continuing with the reaction that Blue Devil did. He said he used to like me, and then I went in on him. Yeah, I went in on him for the fucking Santo G used to mess. Santo G, bro, before he started getting, I left for a couple of years. He was trying to. I was consistent, bro. I wasn't reliable. I was working. I was taking care of my kids. I didn't want nothing to do with YouTube. Once my first channel got hacked and deleted, Santo G was getting at me like, "Hey, bro, let's do something. Let's do something." And I lagged on him. I lagged on him a gang of times, bro, and that's my bad. But I wasn't really feeling YouTube, bro, and I should have let him know that. And then once I came back, he blew up. And now he's doing this thing, and then he goes on the hater world, and little does the hater world know that oh, he probably acts like he doesn't, but if he doesn't know, now I got my messages with that cat and everything. Hey, oh, I'm dry snitching and snitching. And so, nah, bro, look, bro, you wanted to bring out context, you wanted to make up lies. I'm gonna clear the record with the truth. And your boy was trying to do content with me. The reason I say that is because that's how YouTube goes, man. Dudes that are trying to start a channel reach to the top, like, hey, man, let me work with you, this and that, like things like that, and they can't do it themselves. But once they blow up, it's like, oh, the little one's like, oh, I never did that. It's crazy to me, man, because I didn't even want to throw Santo G out there like that. But hey, the truth is the truth. I'm giving you context as why I went in on the hater world that first time, not even really on him, just to speak the truth. But he's still upset because he feels like there's some contradictions in what I said when Whack 100. And I did say, yeah, he bitched him up and all that. Hey, bro, my bad, bro. Like, that's how I felt, bro. That fool said some crazy shit to you, bro. Shit out of pocket. Out of pocket. The moment he said that to you, I would have never done a reaction on that video if at the moment that when he said that to you, the bitch shit, fuck your audio, all that shit. I know Whack 100 is a big ass mouth, but I don't like the dude. I never liked him. He's a big, loud ass motherfucker, bro. Es un animal ese way. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You should have got out of there. Handle the shit behind the scenes. Like you said, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, only the actives could get away with the fucking with the contradictions, right? With the hypocrisy, right? Nah, bro. It doesn't work that way. So that's the only reason I went in on him. When I didn't go in on him, I just reacted to that video. It's content, bro. I'm a content creator. He's a content creator. He wants to say that he's humble, he's not active and all that. He did his dirt on the streets, not in prison. All right, cool. But he referred to himself as a content creator on the very first reaction video of the whole fiasco with me and the two J cats. And okay, cool. You're a content creator. So don't get mad when another content creator is reacting to that live where Whack 100 did that to you. I understand you're mad at me. And to top it off, obviously, you can't fucking acknowledge a dropout and all that. You keep calling me the dude in the red hat, but you know damn well my channel, no name on my channel is, and I don't need you to name my channel or nothing like that. Because just like I grew my first channel, I could grow my second one. And I would rather stay stagnant and never blow up than to fucking fuck with somebody that has hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers. A lot of them probably bought. You know what I'm saying? And to sacrifice my morals and my manhood. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Just like people try to say, like, that's prison. You did all that shit in prison, 30 years and all that. And at the end of it, you get a kick in the ass, a pat in the back and a kick in the ass. That's absolutely true. But when you're on the streets, that shit don't matter no more. I'm a civilian, bro. I'm a grown ass man. I'm a regular dude. I'm a man, bro. That's all it is. So he's talking about dudes pick a side and this and that. You know what I'm saying? You're either going to be a Captain Save-A-Ho. And one thing I will say, look, before I keep going with that, he did acknowledge the fact that these was disrespect families, wives, and all that. I don't like the fact that he probably assumed that it was true. None of that shit that he said was true. That's why I keep asking for the proof, because it's not true. But he's like, make your mind up, this and that. So although he did commend the actions as far as the reaction, he didn't commend me as a human being, which is cool. I get it, man. He wants to say that he never went to prison, he's not active, he's just a YouTuber, but then he still wants to act like he's active and all that. And I get it, bro, because like I said, the next day he's probably gonna get a phone call and be like, hey, bro, you want to be nice to dropouts. I get it, bro. He has to have some insurance and not get himself jeopardized. I get it, bro. I understand it completely. But don't make up lies and say just because you're butthurt about me having gone in on you on a reaction. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Just like you don't know about my background, the backstory, and everything with these two cats, and you're talking mess about how I want to be part of their crew when I don't. And they invited me to the live. I mean, called me out. They didn't even invite me. They called me out. You know. And after I said no, I was like, and I finally went on there. That's why I went on there. Like it's just clowning. You know, I don't give a fuck. I know they're gonna try to talk shit. You know, I didn't go on there like I said to try to be part of the team. Fuck them. I'd rather be myself. You know, from day one. But to me, it's just like keep it real. Don't make up lies. You know, don't make up lies because no matter what, this is YouTube. Oh, it's just YouTube, and no, this is YouTube. People are gonna see what's the truth and what's not. And you know, and another thing he said too is like it's sad that people believe the ones that have big ass more subscribers than the little channels, and it's just like, if anything, it's either you're not doing your research, which I feel like that's probably the biggest part about it, rather than you pressing propaganda and not doing your homework. You know, I don't think he didn't do, I know for a fact he didn't do his homework. You know, because if he knew about my past with them two dudes, he should know that he's never going to be able to get away with saying that I wanted to join him. You know, I want to be part of the team. Fuck no, homie. I'd rather fucking shoot myself in the fucking brain, bro. To be associated with two fucking lames like that. You know, and I know this was like, oh, you got the nerve to call him a lame. You got the nerve to call them dudes a lame. But you're a dropout too. Nah, you call me a lame because I'm a dropout. I get it. I call them lames based on their behavior and their morals. There's two different things to me, my constitution. You know? So yeah, man, he did that. And you know, obviously he's not gonna he's upset because I did that reaction, and you know, just like he didn't know about my past, I didn't know about the background with him and Whack 100 and all that. I didn't care to know. I just simply reacted to a video, live, and what I seen and what he should have done or not, whether he agrees with it or not. Hey, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion. You know, but yeah, and like I said, he said he used to like me and all that, bro. Shit, I had no issues with you, but you're the one that kept talking about dropouts and this and that, and it's just like you can't be surprised that you know dudes are gonna feel a certain type of way, and then do a reaction later on, when they see something that's worthy of doing a reaction on, you know, and that's all it is, I guess. You know, I guess that's all I really wanted to say about that. Um, you know, I didn't even know this dude felt like that about it. I mean, obviously, because I don't know it. I don't know it. But like I said, man, look, at the end of the day, I am not active. He is. He's never gonna give me any type of beneficial or positive coverage. Um, just like he would never give any S and Y dropout this or that, whatever. I don't care. I never debriefed. I never told on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go asshole backwards in that sense. I just wasn't gonna do life. I didn't want to overdose my celly. I was done putting in work, and I came home almost 6 years ago. I'm a father, taking care of my kids, married, working, doing this YouTube shit. Came back to YouTube now, thriving, thriving, thriving. Period.